Hello, Internet. In light of the lockdown and all the lectures that are being given over Zoom, we thought that it would be relevant to put a quick video together showing you basic use of the Zoom program, as well as an additional few tips and tricks. This video is going on the assumption that you guys have already downloaded the Zoom app. If not, I have included links in the description for both iOS and Android. Let's begin. For every lecture that we do, we'll be given a link, and all we need to do once we have the app installed is simply just touch the link, which will instantly open up the Zoom application and connect us directly to the meeting. The first thing we'll be asked is whether we want to join with or without video, and for the purposes of this, I'm going to say join video. Now, the first pop-up that we get is asking us to call using internet audio. This is a must. If we hit cancel on this, then nobody will be able to hear us, and we won't be able to hear them. I just want to click cancel for the purpose of this to show you what will happen. Now that we can't hear anybody, if we do accidentally hit cancel, you see on the bottom left corner, we have a button there to join with audio. We just were to hit that button, and now this pop-up will come back up and we can hit call using internet audio. Now, we are in the meeting, everything's good, everything is working, we can hear them, they can hear us. An important thing to mention though is that when you're in a lecture, you don't really need to be speaking. So, importantly, you need to hit mute. Now, the reason for this is because the way Zoom is set up is that Zoom will jump to whoever is talking at that moment. So if you're busy talking to your family or put your phone down on the table and in your pocket, then everybody will be hearing you and not the person giving a lecture. Important to note that if you do mute yourself, you can still hear the lecturer because this is settings only for you and not for the host. Same story with video next to that. If I was to choose to start video, then everybody would be able to see me. And if I stop the video, then nobody was able to see me, but we would still be able to see the host. We then have a share content button in the middle, which I think is irrelevant for the purpose of this discussion. Next to that, we have participants. Participants allow us to see who is in the meeting. If we want to speak directly to them, we can touch on that person and we can start a conversation specifically with that person. Next to that, we have more, not so much we can talk about here. If the lecturer asks if everyone can hear them, instead of unmuting yourself, you can simply just send a sharp sign. Then everybody's able to see that you are able to hear the lecturer. In addition, we have this option for virtual background. Now, I think virtual background is quite cool. If you have a disturbing background, you can set a virtual background, so you're not actually where you are, and then if people were to be walking behind you, no one will be able to see them. If you have another picture that you would like, you hit that plus button, it'll open up your gallery, and you'll be able to select any image which you want to set as a background. We're going to go back to saying none, close, and we're back into the meeting. Now, after we finished with the meeting, we simply hit leave meeting, and we are done. This is the home screen of somebody that's logged in. You don't necessarily need to log in to the Zoom application to be able to use it, but if you want to actually be a person that sends out meetings, then you do need to log in. The reason for this is that, for example, us as a family now, we use Zoom to speak every night and get everybody into that. In order to be the person that sends out that meeting request, you are going to need to log in into the Zoom application, create a profile, and then you're able to make meetings. To make meetings is very simple. We simply hit new meeting, then start meeting, and just like that, you are now the host of a meeting, and we can connecting, give it a second. Again, we get that call using internet audio. We have to say yes. We can then mute ourselves if we don't want anybody to hear what we're saying. We can also stop the video if we don't want anybody to see us. We can hit participants to see who has joined that meeting. And importantly, and I think that this is an important point for people giving lectures, is that if you want everybody to be muted as they come in, you hit their mute all. And if we don't want them to be allowed to unmute themselves, we untick that button, which said allow participants to unmute themselves, and now everybody will be muted and not able to unmute themselves. So we can hit mute all, and now everybody that joins this meeting will instantly be muted. I'll be the only person that everybody can hear, and when we finished, we can simply unmute all. That's done. Now anybody that joins won't be muted. Now, finally, when we want to end the meeting, we can simply hit end at the top, and now we have these two options, leave meeting or end meeting. Now, if we want to leave before all the other participants want to leave, then we should rather leave meeting rather than end meeting. If we hit end meeting, then everybody that's on the video, their call will be ended as well. So end meeting, And that is your brief overview on how to use Zoom. I hope that this was helpful. Please leave any questions below in the comments and I'll try and address them as soon as possible. Stay healthy, everyone.